Feel conscious, what that them thinking? Who are them spreading? In a sheep there, must get a beating on. False witness them bearing, propaganda them spreading, wolf in a sheep there, why? Must get a beating on.
The undercurrent of every one of my messages to one end, to free humans from the matrix of their enslavement, from the control of demons. There are demons you cannot see controlling those who you can see. The result? You do what they want based on their credibility, or the device or person that they use. The useful stratagem of these demons is to take something true and use it to win over the audience, which is then eager to hear more. And instead of more truth, they are taught lies disguised as truth. These Decepticons of whom I speak are the confused factions of what was the Israelite Church of Universal Practical Knowledge, from which split the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, as well as those who don't wave these banners but left carrying the same teachings by which they indoctrinate others. It is important to note this distinction because there are many groups of Israelites that are completely innocent of these charges and false doctrines, and because there are other distinctive characteristics by which we can positively identify these people as one cult. To those who have also joined their voices in rebuke, be aware that these Power Rangers do not represent Israelites or Hebrew Israelites. Those who do not know the difference tend to use the umbrella of Black Hebrew Israelites. I'm going to address this particular cult by the name Yasharallah, since it does not exist outside of their cult. Shh. A lot of their members don't know that. They are told this is the name their forefathers used. Google is a pretty good search engine, but good luck Googling that word. If you are an Israelite who believes you have been included in error, guess again. I'm going to respond to as it is written due to the fact that he appears to be more credible than the rest, and the only way to truly confront the cult is not to pick apart its most ignorant, but shut down the best of them that you can find. So as it is written, take this as a compliment. Perhaps he may even listen to reason, but I won't be holding my breath, so let's begin. As is written, you came with about a handful of texts. I spent a good deal of time trying to cut down the number of texts I was going to respond with because in truth there are very many. You said John 3:16 is what religions use to teach that the Messiah came to die for everyone. For those following along, this strategy is essential in being indoctrinated. They will take you from text to text, following their mental workout program. You use John 17 verse 9 as a means of discrediting the understanding of the world in John 3 verse 18 as meaning exactly what it says. Well, let me show you just how much tunnel vision you have. Let's read the context of John 17. What else does it say that you are leaving out? Verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Yeshua is making a distinction between the world and those from the world who come out of the world into the teachings of Yeshua. There's another verse you forgot to read. Verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also, which shall believe on me through their word. It just started with the Jews, which is exactly what Paul said in Romans 1. So as much as in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are at Rome also. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Messiah. For it is the power of Yah unto salvation to every one that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. The writer of Acts and Luke was a Gentile himself. Isaiah 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. I believe you repeated this. World without end. There is no such thing as an Israelite world. Israel is a nation, not a world. Of course, since you depend on what you read in your English Bible, you force yourself into ridiculous interpretation. Those who really study the Bible know that world often means an age. He's saying age without end. Olam only means age or long time and does not refer to nations or a planet. It has nothing to do with the Greek word cosmos, which is used in John 3:16. Is cosmos in John 3:16 the same as the world in Matthew 12:32? No, that word is aeon, which carries the same meaning as olam, the equivalent Hebrew word. So in a breakdown of the Hebrew versus the Greek, we find absolute proof that you are comparing apples to oranges in order to try to change the meaning of the world in John 3:16. Guess what? You fail. Which of course means the definition of world in John 3:16 survives your little attack. But it's cute how you look so serious, like you know what you're talking about. And that if we, your audience, knew the scriptures, then we would know. I find that ironic since you would say this directly after inventing the phrase world of Israel. I thought I would be nice and give you the benefit of the doubt. So I looked up that phrase for you. My online Bible said, world of Israel was not found in the Old or New Testament. That usually means it doesn't exist. Moving on. You quoted Israel is my firstborn. However, who talks about someone being born first if no one is born second? The word first is completely without value if it is alone. Of first, Webster says, preceding all others in time, order, or importance, as a earliest. B, being the lowest forward gear or speed of a motor vehicle. C, having the highest or most prominent part among a group of similar voices or instruments, like first tenor or first violins. So we see your logic fails also. Of course you weren't done there. You went and applied ethnicity to quote-unquote his people, spoken in Matthew 1 verse 21. I have an idea. Since you said before that you were talking out of the mouth of Hamashiach, let's ask him who his people are. Mark 3 verse 35 says, for whosoever shall do the will of Elohim, the same is my brother and my sister and mother. So basically he contradicts you. His understanding of family is the family of Yahweh. It's not limited to flesh. And it's not just him that contradicts you. Well, see for yourself. John 1 verse 12 says, but as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Elohim, even to them that believed on his name. Romans 8 verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of Elohim, they are the sons of Elohim. I remember Yeshua saying something like, bring forth therefore fruits worthy of repentance, and begin not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you, that Elohim is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham. Again, this is a direct contradiction to your theology. It shows you're not really listening. You're not really following the Messiah. Like many people, you're simply instructed as to who he was and what he taught, but you really don't know him, and I'm exposing you to humble you so that you can realize that you have been bewitched and deceived, and so that you can actually get to know this man before he says he doesn't know you.
What does them think?